let's go ahead and get into it. Anyway, I use Larry's seasoning salt and Grill Mates steak seasoning. So I'm just going to show y'all how to sear or pan fry steaks in 10 minutes. Now, instead of me going using some more plastic wrap, I was like, hey, I'm about to cook these anyway. It ain't like I'm about to put them up. I just used the plastic that was on the steaks already. And I just went on and used it. Some people are like, oh, okay, you need to wash it. You need to all this, that, and the other. You're going to cook it. It's going straight in the pan. It's going to be cooked. It's going to cook away anything that could possibly be on it. So that's not a problem. But anyway, what I did, just put the seasoning on it. I put holes all through the steaks. Put my seasoning, turn it over. Put holes all through the steak. Put some more seasoning on it. Now, I let that sit. It probably sit about a good 10-15 minutes. Most people like to take their steaks out for 30 minutes to an hour. I'm like, I don't feel like I should do that because I feel like it's like getting too warm because my steaks aren't very, very cold. But some people do that. But to each his own. I'm just showing you how I do what I do. Now, you see me here. I like to keep cleaning stuff. Like when I use my seasonings, I clean them down with Dawn dish detergent. Clean my counters down very well. And then I go rinse off my seasonings and stuff like that because like I don't like that. I keep washing my hands, keep going back, washing my hands. Try to use a fork as much as possible. Now this macaroni, it's already mixed together. I forgot to show y'all that. Basically, I boil the noodles, put the cheese in there, and then just now I put the eggs in there. And now I'm going to put a little bit more cheese because this cheese melted. Not making a big old pan of macaroni. This is just a small amount just for us for this day. It's just me, my husband, and my son going to eat this. So I just made a small pan because we're not trying to eat it another day. But I thought about it like, oh, Lord, I didn't show them how to do it. But anyway, I'm just mixing in more cheese so that way it can kind of be thicker or whatever. And then I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on the top. Oh, yeah. And in my mixture, I forgot to tell you, I did put some milk in there, too, in the mixture. I forgot to say that. Okay, so the next thing after this, after I put this in the oven on 375, let it cook and everything, my next thing I'm working on is the broccoli. Now, I don't do a whole lot of stuff with my broccoli. I just kind of put it in the microwave. I put a little butter in there, put the broccoli in there, and I do not use any water because the broccoli is frozen, so the water comes from the broccoli itself, so you don't need a whole lot, and it steams very well. If you haven't tried it, try this. Put it in a bowl with some butter. I took that little piece out of there because I ain't like that. But anyway, put it in there. And then I put a little seasoning in there. Whatever kind of seasoning you like. I usually do garlic sometimes. But garlic gives my husband heartburn. So I try not to do that too much. I just put a little salt across it and everything. You see how I put the top on it? And I put it in the microwave like that. I don't want an actual top that's going to fit. Because I don't want to close it down. I want to let some of the steam kind of get out of it and everything. See, I came back because I forgot to put my butter on the top. I used to put some butter on the top. But you don't want to use like a container that's going to fit. Like the top is going to fit on the container. You want to use a loose container. So I made like the top bigger. I put a bigger top on it so it can kind of lay across it. That way when, you know, it heats up, some of the heat can go out of it. You don't want it to like overheat or, you know, mess up your bowl or start popping and stuff like that. So. But anyway, put a good amount of butter or put how much of a butter you want. If you don't use butter, then don't use butter. Use whatever it is that you use. We love to have butter on ours. And it tastes like a steamed broccoli. It's not too soft, not too hard. Don't want it too crunchy. Don't want it too soft to where it's all mushy and stuff. Okay, so next is the steaks. Now, you see how this pan is steaming. You want your pan to be steaming as if it's going to burn. You want that pan very, very hot. So when you put them steaks in there, is it shh. You don't want to put nothing else in there. Some people put oils and stuff in there, but you don't want to put anything in there. If you're going to do it like I do it, don't put anything in there yet. Put them steaks in there. Let it sizzle just a little bit. I put 2 of them in there. Like, they're kind of big for this pan. But I fit 2 in there. It'll cook down some, so you'll be good with it. So I put 2 in this pan, and I'm going to put 2 in the other pan. And I'm sitting here and let y'all watch this little sizzle or whatever. I'm going to kind of fast forward this part. But this only took me 10 minutes. Now, what I did was I put them in the pan. Let them sit in the pan for 1 minute. Flip it over another minute. So that's 2 minutes. Flip it over again. Another minute. That's 3 minutes. Flip it over again. another minute. That's 4 minutes. After the 4th minute, you're going to see it. After the 4th minute, I put some butter in there. Put the butter in there. Let it move around in the pan. You know, flip it over as you need. But there's no rush at this point. Now you have 6 minutes left. So basically, I kind of flip it over after 2 minutes. So I let it sit there. Flip it over after 2 minutes. That means that'll be 8 minutes. Flip it over after 2 minutes. And that'll be 10. And kind of let it sear just a little bit. And go ahead and take it out. But I'm going to let y'all go ahead and watch this. So this is what my broccoli is looking like after putting it in there for 4 minutes. Want to stir it up, and then I'll put it back in there for 2 minutes. Take it out, stir it up, and put it in there for maybe another 4 minutes to see how it does. But you see how I'm moving the butter around under the steak to kind of get it under there. I don't want to lift the steak up yet, but I do want the butter to kind of go up under it. So that's why I'm moving it around and everything. But eventually I will pick up the steaks and start moving them around so that way the butter can get under it. But I'm steady like poking it. See, one eye is hotter than the other, so I kind of moved it around a little bit. But you see I'm poking it and like it's still bleeding just a little bit. So I got a few more minutes before I'm done with that. Okay, so it's all done, and this is what it's looking like. When I tell you this stuff was so good, my son and my husband's like, oh my gosh, this steak was so good. See the macaroni and cheese, the broccoli, just something simple, nothing all extreme, nothing all extra. We didn't want to cook on the grill. We wanted to be in the house because we wanted to watch movies at the same time. But we wanted a nice little dinner, nothing too heavy. Didn't want any bread. I'm not really a bread person. They probably wanted some bread, but I wasn't doing all that. This is our day off. We're chilling. Want a nice meal, but want to spend some family time too. Don't want to sit there cooking all day. The macaroni took, I'll say about 15 minutes because I put that in there 5 minutes ahead of time. The steak only took 10 minutes. And the broccoli took me about, let's see, I think about 12 minutes or something like that. So the steak took the least amount of time, and it's like most people would think that would take the longest time. Steak 10 minutes, the macaroni 15 minutes, and the broccoli only 12 minutes. And here we got a whole meal just that quick. The longest part of the dinner is 15 minutes. Y'all go ahead and thumbs up the video. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. Subscribe to my other channels if you hadn't already. Make sure you check me out on social media, and make sure you check out my shop. Make sure you click that bell for notification of my videos. Make sure you check out my IGT page and shop with your girl. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, be blessed.